technical issues. You have to forgive me. Come over to the stream. Technical issues. Forgive me, guys. Not my fault. YouTube's crap. It was getting deep. Forgive me. Technical issues. YouTube's crap. Sometimes they do that. No, you guys didn't lose me. Just come up. Give it a thumbs up again. Technical issues. Give it a thumbs up when you come here. If I missed your super chat, we'll get to you. Shout out to you. Forgive me. Again, it's not my fault. YouTube's silliness. Everybody come over. Shout out to Mr. John Ham. Again, we back at it. That's how the female is expected to win, shutting down a stream. No, sometimes, guys, everything is not like on a female. It's technical. It's sometimes just technical stuff. Like last time a stream shut down was like freaking like maybe like a year or so ago. Sometimes it's just like that. So don't worry, we back in here. So like I was saying, guys, it's really shout out to Robert A. Forget again, it's technical issue. Who knows what could happen? I don't know. It's like it happens every blue moon, once every blue moon. So back to what I was saying, guys, get a last with thumbs up when you come in. So here's the thing. What was I saying? Women, when it comes to mate selection, yeah, they can select when you to the guys that I have sex with, but who are the guys that are going to commit to them? Who are the guys that they're going to want to be with them long term? Is this how it's just your turn, don't worry. And a lot of you guys realize you actually have more. Women have power as far as sexual selection. Matter of fact, I can go as far as men have some power too. But when it comes to like keeping a woman around, that's what terrifies women. Guys, let me tell you this. If you think that you taking a woman on a date and never hear from her again terrifies you, guys, let me tell you something. Like, if you think like, man, if I take a girl on a date tonight, then I probably ain't gonna hear from her. If you think that's scary, imagine you really liking a guy and you're scared to have sex with him because if you do, you probably won't hear back from him. Guys, it's the equivalent. Guys, let me tell you this. This is how hard it is. Just come here and give a stream a thumbs up. Stop asking about the last stream. Get in here. Give a last stream a thumbs up, everybody watching. Let me break something down to you. Let me try to give you some sort of clarity. Imagine you as a guy having to take a woman out. This is how good us men got it. You have to take a woman out in order to get sex. Like it's like you have to. Just imagine this. You have to take her out to eat. Now, it's up to her if she want to give you sex. It's up to her. Like, she don't got to give you sex, but in order to potentially get sex, you have to take every single woman out. Imagine this. Everyone. Now, that's the equivalent of a female having to have sex with a guy in order to get commitment. Now, granted, he don't have to commit to you, just like that woman don't have to have sex with you. But on the flip side, as a man, if your game is tight, if you're attractive and everything like that, you don't have to take a woman out. But women, they have to have sex with a guy in order to get commitment. Now, it's up to the guy if he wants to commit for a little bit or if he wants to like be in a relationship with her for like a week or two, or if he wants to like be with her for like a year, and say, "Oh, I don't want to deal with you no more." Now she has to get back out there in the field and find a guy. Now she has to get out there and try to find some guy who she's not just really attracted to, who she can connect with, who's going to break the bank. She has to find that guy. Shout out to Mr. Robert A. Fiji Water Fund support the church fam. Thank you, Mr. Robert A. Why is it that men should get the bad deal? We bring a lot to the table. We just need to take control, period. And again, we do have control. John Hill, we don't get the bad deal because ultimately, what do men want? We want some sex. If you build your life up, if you become social, like you don't have to commit to a woman to get sex. I'm telling you. Now that's for the beta males. Like they gotta court women and commit to chicks to get sex. Guys who are attractive, who got things going on, like you don't have to commit to a woman to get sex. You don't have to. And on top of that, women are so sexually liberated, you don't have to go that route. But women, on the other hand, they need commitment because they're bad with money, they're bad with saving, they're bad with just in life in general. So a lot of times they try to supplicate it with having a whole bunch of beta male loser simps, but they're not even attracted to those guys. The guys that women really want are the guys who are alphas, who are attractive, and they want those guys to commit, which ladies, the chances of that happening is slim, and it's like extremely rare. Like ladies, you have to be on point. You have to have everything together. You have to be able to keep his attention. You got to be able to drain his pipe. You got to be able to do a lot of different things. Because that guy, he has a sexual selection pretty much. The guy who's that alpha, who's at the top of his game, he shot the Blackie, Ricky Jackson. He's at the apex of his life. So what's the point of him dealing with one woman? And that's where a lot of women have trouble with. Because as men, our sex drives are so high. Shout out to Blackjack Kabuto. And our sex drive is like 4 or 5 times higher than a woman's. So if a man is used to getting a lot of different sex, a lot of different women, I'll try to chop it down and put it up on Patreon. DHK. He has so many, shout out to Buscati. He has so many different options. So the point of him committing to a woman is like, okay. And that's when a rationale kicks in. He's like, okay, so I got a lot of options. I can think logically. So now I can vet properly. See, the beta males, they can't vet properly. Guys who are like have a scarcity mindset, who can't get sex, they cannot vet women properly. And even if they do, they're like, well, I might as well stay with her. And the reason why they stay with her is because that's the only woman they can get. That's why I tell you, build your life up so you won't be in that scarcity weak mindset. Me personally, I think one of the most, a very important aspect of life is being able to attract women, being able to leave women when they don't benefit you. Because the reason why it's so important to be able to attract women, because if you're unable to attract a lot of women or the women that you want, what's going to happen is you're going to settle for that one female. And you're going to overcompensate and you're going to overvalue her. And you're going to be simping and you're going to do irrational things. You're going to look over her flaws. You won't think logically when it comes to that one woman because you're unable to attract a large quantity of women. This is why I talk about my main channel, learning how to attract women, behaviors, turn-offs. So if you can't attract a whole bunch of women and you can only attract that one woman, you're going to do a lot of silly, goofy stuff. You're going to be spending all types of money. You're going to be wasting a lot of time. You're going to be overlooking disrespect. You're going to be doing a lot of different things. All because you can only attract, or in your mind, you can only attract that one woman. But if you're able to attract a lot of women and build your life up and become social and be able to interact with women and don't have a scarcity mindset, what's going to happen is you're going to think so logically. You're going to be like, I don't need to commit. Like, I commit when I want to. Like, women always ask me, like, Dad, you're attractive, you're 32, you're tall, you got your everything going. Why are you single? I'm like, I just ain't met the right girl. And I just, tell them something like, it's because, truth be told, if I told them why I'm single, I'll tell them because I don't have to be in a relationship. And women, and this is why women, they don't understand. They, like I was saying in the previous stream that went down, they can't compute and understand from a man's perspective. As a man, when women say, "Oh, have y'all heard that like the shaming tactic? Oh, you're gonna be single for the rest of your life. You ain't gonna be able to get no dates. You ain't gonna be able to get no sex." And they say, excuse me. So you ain't gonna be able to get no girlfriend. No woman's gonna want to be your girlfriend. Well, sweetheart, you gotta understand, sex is easy for me to get. I don't need a girlfriend. Women need a boyfriend. They need one. So that's why you hear that phrase, you would never get a girlfriend. I'll never get a girlfriend because I'm the one that controls if I want a girl to be my girlfriend. Guys, I've been in so many situations where women are like after I smashed and we hooked up, had a good time, they were like, so are you going to call me later? Or they're like, you just didn't want my, I had this one chick a while back, she was like, she said something like, you didn't just want my cookies, did you? And she's sitting on the couch naked. And I'm like, no, you good, man. I'm gonna hit you up. And yeah, I did hit him up to smash again. And then after I smashed him 4, 5, 6 times, guess what they said? So, do you want a relationship? Now, to me, like I was saying before, to me, I don't have to commit. I already got basically what you're supposed to give, which is sex. So I don't have to commit. And women, that's why they mad. Because after you smash them 4, 5, 6 times, they're like, okay, so do you want to be in a relationship now? And you're like, or they like, so are you looking for commitment? And you're like, I'm just seeing where it go. By that point, you like, okay, I don't even need to really like be with you long term. Like, okay. Now, if you want to leave, sweetheart, go ahead, leave. Again, then that's going to add another notch to her belt, another body. Now she got to, now again, that's why women don't like giving up the sex like that, because now she got to get back out there in the field and go deal with another guy and try to get him to commit and try to get a relationship out of him. And women, that frustrates them because they have to constantly, as a guy who's going through divorce, I wish that on my worst enemy stay single and stress free, guys. Big shout out to Mr. Churchill Hall. He's a new Apex Predator member. That's true. All women need a guy. It's very, very rare where they don't have a man on the go. Yesterday, I smashed this girl. Then after she was like, "Where my hug?" Hey, shout out to Jeff. That's how they do. Like I remember. Hey, we gonna get into some story time too, man. Hey, make sure I get a live stream a thumbs up. Women are so desperate for commitment, and they have dating hard. Shout out to Boosie Coyote. Here's where, shout out to Jeff. I've dealt with women, like, I smashed them for the first time, and then they're like, are you gonna walk me out of my car? Like, try to, like subconsciously make me commit. Y'all heard like women do that, like you smash them, you probably naked, or you probably got in your boxers, and she's like, all right, mother, you ready to go? And you're like, all right. And you like, and they standing by the door, you can walk me out of my car. I'm like, oh, then you throw on some sweatpants, you know, all right, see you later. They just like want some sort of semblance of relationships. Or they're like, all right, well, I'll text you when I get home. And you're like, bro, you don't need to text me when you get home, but all right. This is why like sex is so important for women, because that's the main crush they have. Matter of fact, let's be honest, that's the only crush they have. Because they know if I get this guy to sex, will I get commitment? Big shout out to Mr. Jeff. Sent you $10 for Shawty, a black chick too. Hey Jeff, that's how they be like even white chicks expect they be like, so you gonna walk me out of my car? I've talked about in the previous stream where women are like, they say, I want to meet out in person first. Like I want to meet out in public. It's not because they're like scared to meet you at your home. It's because they want it in their mind. They want to think like it's a relationship. So you go to a park and walk around for like 30 minutes. Then you're like, all right, let's go back to my place. In their mind, they're like, oh, I got to know this guy. Like this is the start of a relationship. And you smash him still 30 minutes after the park. It's like you could have just came over. But in a woman's mind, she just wants you to invest some sort of time. So a 30-minute coffee, you sitting there talking, in her mind, she thinks that's going to be a relationship. But in your mind as a man, you like, oh, yeah? Oh, that's cool. Now, if you play your cards right, you're like, oh, let's go back to my place. And then you smash her. After that, you kick her to the curb if you want to. Or you can smash her a few more times, and then she starts like, I have women even say, guys, like I remember this one chick, I smashed her like 3 times. She came over hooked up 3 times straight. And then she was like, and we was laying there naked, I bust my nut, I'm sitting there chilling. And she literally like was laying on my chest. She's like, when you gonna take me on a date? I'm looking like, damn, I just bust my nut. What you talking about, man? Date? I'm like, oh my God. And I respond like, oh, when you gonna take me on a date then? And then we went out to this Chinese restaurant and she ended up paying. We came back to my crib and smashed for the 4th time. After that, she started making up excuses. You know why? Because she wasn't getting the quote unquote commitment that she wanted from me. Now here's the thing, I could easily just like paid for the date at the Chinese restaurant and then like kept the smashing going. But me personally, if I don't want to take you on a date, I'm not about to. So she tried to somewhat force me to take her on a date after sex. That's how crazy it was. Like I was smashed and I'm sitting there chilling, like, you know, just relaxing, her head on my chest, and so we gonna take me on a date. I'm like, what? Then I start to realize, I said, you know what, and I said to myself, the ride is about to be over. I didn't tell her that, like out of my mouth. I said, this ride about to be over. Because she got mad, because then goes back to women have hard time dating. Because an attractive guy like myself, she probably couldn't get a guy like that, like myself, like on that rate. So she had no choice but to come to the crib and put out. Let's be honest. She had no choice. So a lot of women, what they try to do in the dating game, because you're so attractive and they know that you have options. Like women know if you got options in game. They just know. They can just look at you. They can smell it on you. They can look through your dating profile. They can just look at you. She had no choice. So what women will try to do, like I said, like they say in the streets, they'll try to front you to work. I talked about this a little bit a while back. Now, when I say women front you to work, what they do is, like in the streets, they'll give you some, drugs or something like that. They'll say, hey, take a hit of this. You're like, man, that's potent. Now the dealer is hoping that you come back. They're hoping that you come back. And that's what women do. They're hoping that you come back and pay a lot more to get more or to get the same amount from them. So what women do, and they do it all the time, they'll have sex with you like 2, maybe 3 times. And I just noticed it's always that like 3rd time. Like just for me dealing with women, it's always that 3rd time, maybe 4th time. But usually, guys, women don't let you get past that 3rd time. And then they're like, okay, basically the free trial is over, dude. I'm serious. Every woman operates like this. She's keeping mental notes of, okay, I smashed him, I gave him head, or excuse me, he smashed me out, he gave me head, and she's thinking, okay, Boom, boom. That's one time. All right, I came back over his house. Boom, again, second time. Now she's thinking like, okay, dude. Then she start going. Then she start acting a little flaky. I remember how women. This is what they do. This is the funny thing that they do. And this happened to me so many, like multiple times, guys. Like I hook up with a chick like twice, maybe three times. Like so, she just coming over my house straight like three times in a row. And then on the fourth time, what she's supposed to come over, what she'll do, let's say she's supposed to come over at 7 p.m. the fourth time. What she'll text me, and this is how sneaky women are. If y'all been in the game, they'll text me like, or they'll text you like 2 hours before y'all supposed to hang out, and she's supposed to come over again for like the third or fourth time. But she'll text you this. This should be on the Patreon, matter of fact. She'll say like, hey, how about when I come over, I just don't want to have sex today when I come over. I just want to hang out and watch movies. Now I failed this quote unquote test multiple times because in my mind I'm thinking like, sweetheart, we had sex 3 straight times. You came to my house 3 straight times. So now on the fourth time, you're talking about you gonna text me 2 hours before you're supposed to hang out. Hey, I'm not trying to have sex when I come over. I just want to watch TV. And I failed it like multiple times before with women because I've heard it. And I had got defensive because in my mind I'm thinking she's rejecting me and I'm thinking she doesn't want the sex. But when I did something different, or like I don't have like many chicks later, I was like, okay, cool. I'll see you in a little bit. In her mind, she's thinking, okay, he just don't want to hook up with him because she's waiting on you to emotionally get frustrated. She's waiting on you to say, what you mean? We've been having sex like 3 times already. What you mean? Like she's waiting on you to get frustrated. So now in her mind, that justifies that you only want her for sex. But if you don't get frustrated when she tells you like, hey, for the 4th time she comes over, hey, I don't want to have sex this time. I just want to watch TV. And you say, okay, cool. I'll see you in a little bit. So when she comes over, guess what? If you don't get frustrated, you don't like get mad and like, what'll happen is y'all be sitting down and y'all be watching the movie. Y'all be probably like halfway through. And then y'all start having sex. Because she can't like keep her hands on. She's not having sex with you 3 times in a row and then comes over the 4th time and then like, no, we ain't doing it. She's doing it because she wants to test you to see if you're going to react emotionally and get upset and get frustrated. Because then in that mind, that justifies to her that you only want her for sex, which you really do. Let's be honest. So then when you remain calm and when you chill, what'll happen is she'll come over because she wants it in her mind. She just wants you to like sit there with her for a little bit. Like straight up, she just wants you to have your arm around her. And this is next level game, man. I should have put this on the Patreon. There's so many layers of the game with women. If you're in the field, you know. So in her mind, she just wants to like sit there on your couch and like talk a little bit about her day. Guys who in the field, y'all understand this stuff. Y'all hip to it. So what she wants you to sit there and talk to her about her day and like ask her a couple questions. And then what you do is y'all sit down, and then she'll get closer to you, and then she'll, put her leg on you. Guess what? Sex. Because she just wants you to, she wants it to feel like that you just don't want her just for sex. So if you ask her like about her day or like, so what you do today? What you do at work? Oh, how was work? Like a little bit of something. Then she'll just have sex with you. Then she's like, okay, all right, cool. So he don't just want me for sex. Even women are trying to convince them, like that's how they convince themselves that you don't want them just for sex. It's such a mind. I don't want to swear because I want this to get monetized. Shout out to Alejandro Diaz Duran. Right, exactly, Jeff. Fellas, pay attention to this young pastor. Shout out to Joseph there. He said, one time I hooked up with this girl, or with some girl 5 times, and after she got to my place, she was playing hard to get. Exactly. And the reason why women play hard to get, like after you hooked up with them, is because in their minds, they want you to think that, they want to think in their minds, excuse me, in their female peanut brains, that you just don't want them for sex. Like that you like want to talk to them and play with them and like, yeah, like just like have a conversation with them. They want to make it, they want it to feel like that you're just not there to smash them and just send them home. Shout out to Scott Gwynn. Oh, let me put the member only, excuse me, the exclusive member link up. If you have not become an exclusive member of the channel, it would behoove you to do so. I'll put the link. Got a lot of content on there. There's the link. Become an exclusive member for $9.99 a month. Salute to the Wrench Mob, all the moderators, all the Apex Predator members. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? They're the gatekeepers to sex, but when it comes to actual relationships, they have to manipulate themselves in order to manipulate you so they can feel like y'all together. Shout out to Brown 175. Great to see you. Coming in, dropping his 10 shekels. It literally, like the female mind, once you've been out here in the field and you don't, they're so delusional. There's the link to become an Apex Predator member. Shout out to Churchill Hall. He became one earlier today. Shout out to Mr. Brand 117. Hey, what's up? Great to see you, Brand. I think that's Brand, yeah. This is what I tell you. Us men are the prize. So in order for a woman to get commitment, she has to psych herself up and do a lot of different things. Like manipulate herself to manipulate you. Read your super chat. What was your super chat? Fiji Fun. Fiji Water Fun to you, Darius. Keep it up. Thank you, Scott Gwynn. Guys, if you'd like to contribute as well via PayPal or Cash App or Venmo, all 100% proceeds go to me. I'll put those links up as well. All your contributions and support to me is much appreciated. This is why I tell you. And women, they get really mad when you don't want to commit to them. Look, matter of fact, just look on TikTok. There's a PayPal link. Just all you gotta do is go type it on TikTok. Women are mad. Like I seen this one female, this black chick. She was like, "I'm tired of men. You see me as a piece of meat. Like take the time to get to know me." Now she put a lot of N's and F-bombs and stuff. She's like, "I'm so sick and tired of men. You see me as a piece of meat. I want a man to actually like love on me. Do y'all even care about anything else but sex?" Like guys, she was ranting. Like y'all know how black chicks be ranting. White chicks they'll be like, take me out for a change. Black females, they be kind of, white chicks, they be kind of frustrated a little bit, but they be calm with it. Black females, they're like, "I'm so sick of y'all dudes. Just all y'all want to do is have sex and hook up. Y'all never want to get to know me. Y'all always want to just link up." It's like, yeah, duh. That's how they be, man. And that's what every woman across the board in every community has to deal with. Now, I don't too much know, I think about the Asian community. They got, everybody has just their same issues. And that's modern women. So I'm not trying to make y'all feel good with this live stream. Like, yeah, these women, no, I'm just giving you the facts. If you really go talk to a woman, they got a whole bunch of dudes that's trying to hang out and have sex with them. But they don't have that one or two dudes that they really want to commit. Because they don't have to. It's hard to commit to a female when you don't know where they loyalty status. That's true too. A lot of women, it's hard to commit to them because you like, I don't even know if she is going to be loyal. I don't know if she's going to be, because, okay, here's the thing. I'll take it just from my perspective because I know a couple of you guys in here, but personally, I'll just take it from my perspective. It's hard to build your life up as a man. It's hard to get out there and grind week in and week out, day in and day out. Women, they just sit around basically and basically do nothing. They just sit around and try to post pictures and fish for a guy. And hopefully they get one. A guy who's built his life up. So if I'm going to commit to a female, listen, yo, I'm a straight up like, what am I getting out of this? I ain't just being with you just for some sex. Because I'll smash you out and kick you to the curb. My life is so busy that, yo, what I got, what am I getting out of this? Big shout out to Mr. Gareth MCL. He's a new Apex Predator member. Guys, make sure you guys give him a hand clap. If you have not become an Apex Predator member, go ahead and become a member. Also, all the members, I follow you on Instagram and Twitter. So go to the community tab and make sure you type your Instagram or Twitter user handle, and I'll follow you on there. You get a free follow from me. I don't follow nobody else but Apex Predator members and patrons if that's you. But specifically Apex Predator members. Also, you have access to other exclusive content that's in the community tab. So all the members, go to the community tab. You'll see all the different videos. So big shout out to all you guys. Jeremy Warner, great to see you. Dre Venom. What I want to see is all you guys green. Now, will that happen? Probably not. Long shot. That's all I want to see. Now, most guys, it's green for sure. A lot of green in here. Shout out to Mr. Young Viking. Google Pay won't let me become an Apex Predator member. So, and we'll take calls. I always get going in these sermons and I forget to take calls, man. So y'all got to remind me sometimes. Because once I get going, I'll talk for 2, 3, 4 hours. Y'all know me. Thanks for the greeting, brothers. The field is a war zone. We're not going to let these females take over. Oh, no. Call the show, 630-618-7110. Again, shout out to Mr. Gareth MCL. Sex is like nothing for me. Like, yeah, it's good, but I don't benefit from it like that. I was talking about main chick, and I was telling her yesterday, I was like, honestly, me approaching women and cold approaching all these women, like, truth be told, at the level of life that I'm at, and me done all these approaches, interacting with women, and this is facts, I'd rather just get footage of me approaching a woman and asking her a question to put it on my Patreon or put it on the Next Level Game tier or put it on the Apex Predator membership or just put it on the main channel. Because that'll generate getting me money and getting me views than me approaching women to try to hang out and have sex. That's the level in life that I'm at. Me, like, if I was to approach any woman now it's like, yo, if I see a good looking girl, hey, you mind if I ask you a couple questions? I have a dating life and relationship channel for men. She said, oh, okay, cool. As opposed to me saying, hey, I just noticed you over there. My name is Darius. I had to come over and say hi. And yada, and try to get her contact information. We exchanged numbers. She ain't hit me back. Now I won't have like that all the time. But I have it's far more beneficial to have an attractive woman on film on the main channel, because guess what? That's going to generate me views. That's going to generate me all these different things. So I think I play the long game. I don't play this short game. Now, again, I'll still approach women and shoot my shot. Don't get me wrong. But you understand what I'm saying? What's your name? Talk to us. Where you from, brother?
Yeah, you got me on right now?
Yes, I do.
Okay, how's it going? Yep, can you hear me? You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay, how's it going, Darius? My name is Cameron. I'm in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So, yeah, I've been watching your videos for a while. I just been supporting. Really, I really love your content. I'm just calling in. I've been, like I said, I've been taking the red pill for about I'll say probably about a few months now. I was in like I said, I've taken plenty of boot camps, everything from boot camps to Skype coaching sessions, you name it. I've been in the pickup community for a while, and it's just, I've lost so much money. It's like they always talk about like
What
in that community.
question? What have you given those guys? I mean, you don't have to say no names. We don't do that. But how much have you paid for these different things for these guys?
Thousands. Probably I'll say at probably around like 8,000, 8 grand.
And what did these guys teach you?
Basically, it's just like they preach this idea that it doesn't matter who you are or what you look like or your social status or money. You can pretty much be a hobo. It doesn't matter about your living situation. All you got to do is just go buy their product, basically buy their product, go out and just cold approach, do these wacky pickup lines and pickup routines, and somewhere down the line you'll pretty much live the life that you want, and you'll have the type of women that you want, despite the life that you're living now. They just ignore the fact that you're homeless, or ignore the fact that you don't have a job or a car, or you don't shower or anything like that. So
that's crazy. So they teaching y'all that?
Yes.
I
spent about a few years, like years on years, just pretty much watching these videos. And I think like the last straw, I mean, I really gave a lot into this community. And I think really like the last straw, I mean, I was just pretty much out there. Like I literally gave up everything, like my money, like everything, like my place, my car, just to go out here to like out to Vegas. I don't know if you. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Don't. Hey, hold on. Don't say any names. We don't do all that. Just.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm pretty sure you've been in this. You've been in the PUA community for a while. I'm not going to drop any names, but like I said, you got a lot of these companies or old PUAs that would like sell this idea that just bang the guns, just go out there, burn the boats, and just pretty much selling this idea that if you just commit your life to pickup or PUA, whatever you want to call it, you'll cure your depression. You'll just have pretty much everything that you want. Just buy their product, go out there, approach, and pretty much just run around like a maniac, do these wacky PUA routines, and you'll just get everything that you want, which is far from the truth. So this was prior to me knowing about like the red pill and basically really just getting your life together.
No question, brother. How old are you again?
I'm 30.
30.
Well,
Okay.
30, 28, same difference, but yeah, I'm 28.
Okay, 28. So and you're from Minneapolis. So here's the thing. I'm gonna ask a few questions. I'm glad you called too, brother. Here's what I teach my clients when I have consultations, and I teach guys when I on the next level game to on a Patreon.
Yeah.
I talk to them about getting your life together first, because like you said, these pickup artists teaching you how to. They're telling you guys to just it don't matter what your living situation is. It don't matter if you're homeless. It don't matter about your hygiene. It don't matter about none of that. You're groomed. You being groomed. Just go out there and go and approach women and it'll make you happy. And I noticed you said that'll make you happy. That'll make you feel good. But at the same time, you're going home and your life is in shambles. You're not ever what you want to be. And that's what these coaches are telling guys. Just go, just continue to approach, just continue to do it. And then, just hypothetically, you get the girl or you get a few girls. Now, if those girls drop off and they don't want to deal with you no more, what do you have to fall back on? You're gonna be so frustrated and mad, and then because you put all that energy into getting those women. So what you're gonna have to do, you're gonna get back out there. You gotta get back out there.
Yes.
Now, granted, when I teach guys, first and foremost, I ask them about their life. Ask them what's going on. Before we get into interacting with women, before we get into the approach women, because before we get into all that, I got to make sure you're good at home. I got to make sure you're good. So, because this thing, when you're good and you're groomed and you feeling good and your life is on point, when you go out there to start interacting with women, you won't have to interact with a whole bunch of women. You'll interact with one woman. You'll probably approach 1 or 2 women a week, maybe at most. One woman.
Oh wow.
And what will happen is your game will be one woman a day. What happens? Your game will be so on point because she'll sense that, man, this guy, something about his aura, something about his vibe. I tell guys, talk to one woman a day at least for 30 seconds. That's easy. You see women
Okay.
everywhere. But these pickup artists, what they're telling you is, they're telling guys is just approach like, go out on the town and approach 30, 40, 50, 100 women per week. And you're not focusing on quality. You're not focusing on bettering yourself. And on top of that, it takes a lot of energy out of you. And on top of that, women can sense when you're thirsty. Now, they don't know if you approached like 80 women before she met you, but she can sense that this guy is pressing because you're trying to get that girl, as opposed to you just being content, calm with yourself, and realizing that, hey, I'll take it or leave it. If she's trying to hang out, if she's trying to get together, cool. If not, I still have a life that I've built. And that's what these pickup artists, they don't teach guys about building a life that they value, building a life that they want. Because at the end of the day, and this is why a lot of women don't stick around for guys long term, because even if you happen to buy these pickup artists crazy products for thousands of dollars, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What'll happen is when you go to approach a woman, let's say you in Target, and you go talk to her, and you boom, boom, bam, and she's like, oh, cool. Because you talk about, you get into what you talked about, or should I say, you talk about what you've learned from the pickup artist programs. What'll happen with that woman is you guys exchange numbers, you'll go on a date, and then she'll be like, something's kind of off. So, I don't know. And that's because these pickup artists, they're not teaching guys how to truly interact with women. They're just teaching about the approach, just to get the number, just to get the contact information. And then after that, okay, cool. And they don't know what to do from there. And that's why a lot of women don't stick around to want to hang around with dudes, because they have put on this false image, this temporary quick image, just to get the contact information and the number. But they don't teach these guys to believe in themselves and to love their life. And this is why women choose to really not stick around. So the pickup artist community, yes, it has some good things. Don't get me wrong. But what I noticed, what they're really missing is guys who have a purpose. I think a lot of pickup artists, they try, not all, they try to they try to, they prey on guys, that's a better word, who aren't really where they want to be in life. So they try to get those guys to supplement it by approaching a lot of women and getting sex. And that's one of the worst things you can do, because I've been there before many, many, many years ago when I was younger. What happened was, one second, what happened was I would go out there and I would approach and get women. I would get some women, I have sex, and then when they dip off, then I start feeling bad. And then I'm like, man, so I have to get back out there again, get 2-3 more women, and then they leave and I feel bad. And the reason why I was feeling bad is because I wasn't even focusing on my life. I was just focused on straight approaching. I had a little 9-to-5 job, but I wasn't excited about it. It was like, make some ends meet or whatever. And that's why I wasn't feeling well. But go ahead, brother.
Yeah, that was pretty. Yeah, that is literally what you're saying. That's pretty much like how it was. It's like it's an alternative. And
Yep.
it's like they sell the idea that it's like it's an alternative. It doesn't matter if you're depressed, because a lot of these guys, a lot of these guys have trauma, childhood trauma from the past. I mean, everybody's situation is different, and it's like a lot of them, like, I'm not gonna drop the name, but it was a particular coach. I mean, he used to be homeless. I mean, he sold this idea. I don't know if it was true or not, but he sold this idea. I mean, he told people that he used to be homeless and used to live out on the streets of Toronto, and he used to sleep with a whole lot of women, like hundreds of women. And I mean,
I know you're talking about, but go ahead.
yeah, and I bought into his products and boot camps. What's crazy is I was actually homeless out there on the streets of Las Vegas trying to do game. Like, gave up my car, everything. Just to
now question: how many women did you get when you was doing the game thing? When you was out there, when you was homeless in Las Vegas, how many women did you get? How did you have sex with these women? But keep it PG. Go ahead.
I'll keep it PG. I'll say the only, literally, from cold approach, literally only one. Literally, I'll say from cold approach, I'm just speaking from cold approach. Literally only one. She was an overweight single mother, and this was outside. I took her outside behind the MGM casino over there on the Vegas Strip. And then after that, I was just really just bummed out. Like I literally had no money or anything like that. I thought I was just gonna go down there, you know. It just didn't work out the way that I thought.
So let me ask you this about the female. So she was So how did you approach her, if you don't mind me asking? Like, did you like see her at how did it go? Like, how did it go down?
I was just at the lobby. I was coming out of Hakkasan, some club, and I was basically just doing lobby game in the casino. I had done literally dozens of approaches, and I just bumped into her. I was like, "Yo, excuse me, I thought you looked adorable," and I had to say hi. What is your name? Whatever, Cameron. Nice to meet you. And then like she was with her. I guess she got into an argument with her boyfriend, and and she was with herself, and I just one little conversation. We just walked over. She didn't want to hold hands with me or anything because she was still walking around in the casino. She bought me a drink, and we just went out in the back by the smoke section, or outside on the steps, and she smoked a cigarette and just went from there. And I led her to the back. Like outside around the corner. It was literally outside at night on the side of the MGM.
And now, after you smashed, what did she say? Was she like, "All right, see you later"? Like what happened?
She just said, just hit me up. Hit me up when if you want. I'll be here for the next X amount of days. She just sent me a text and sent me a picture of herself, and she was on the plane, and and I just went on with my ways. But after that, it was just like I said, it was just so hard. It was just so hard to do pickup because the life that I was living, it was just so hard. Even now, like I said, I'm slowly getting my life back together. I just got my own place, but it's like I don't have a car, no job. But like you were saying, it's just really difficult. It's just so hard to do pick up or approach when just your life is in shambles. You're not at where you want to necessarily be in life. Not even the basics. Like I don't know if you know who TK Kirkland is.
I heard of the name, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, he's a comedian. He has this analogy. He says like, in order for a man to date, it's like you got to be qualified. Like, like you got to have you got to have a car. You got to have your place. It's good, just to have things together. It'll just make things much easier.
Right. A lot of guys. What's the thing about it is, they don't have a car. They don't have their own place. And here's what's funny about the dating game, guys. Most women, and this is gonna surprise y'all. Most women are not gold diggers. I'll say that I'm straight up. Now they like to, for you to have your own, because they like that illusion of security. Like, okay, this guy's everything. So maybe if some go off, he's there. But most women, they're not gold diggers. They're not, oh, give me a Birkin bag. That's these other chicks that you see in the media. Like most women are. This is fact. Most women just want a guy who's able to protect them, who's able to give them some sort of security. They can text and talk to, and they can go out here and there or just chill. Like that's what most women want, right? So so the fact that man, I'm glad you called brother Cameron. They call you Cam.
Yeah, Cameron. Cameron. Yeah.
So let's get more into it. If you got more time, if you don't mind, brother.
Okay.
So when you was out there in Vegas, did you move out there, or was it like did you live out there already?
No, I was out here in Minneapolis. Like I said, I'm from here. I just been working, just saving up so much money, just working at like crappy jobs, little odd jobs, trying to save up. But it just after a while, I just said, forget it. I just bought into this idea that this PUA community, some coaches, they just felt like, just go out to LA, it doesn't matter, just, live in a tent,
Right, I heard that. Like, they just like, okay. Right, and
approach hundreds of...
Right, go ahead, and just approach hundreds of women. And the thing about it is, here's what I learned, because I used to approach guys, I used to approach tons of women, and I noticed I wasn't getting much success. You know why? it was because women can sense when you're not fully there in your life.
Wow.
So, and
Okay.
on top of that, I was approaching quantities. Now, when I approach women, I look, size them up, because I'm not thirsty, and I'm at a place where I really want to be, and I'm excited with my life. So now I'm able to entertain a woman. So I go for more quality as opposed to just a whole bunch of chicks like, oh, she kind of low, she got a little bigger a little bit, she got she a little thicker. Now I approach women who are just strictly in shape. I have sex and
Wow.
hook up with
Okay.
women who are strictly in shape. You know why? Because I'm in shape and I have the life that I want. So heck, that's how it should be. But I noticed when I was like barely doing much in life, this was many years ago. In my early 20s, I was like, man, I was just out here in the field with one of my buddies. We'd go to the mall and we'll have some success. But I noticed the women with the chicks he was getting, it wasn't even really all that. There was chicks that was really playing games. We smashed some chicks and I noticed after all the chicks me and my buddy smashed, I there's nothing I gained from it. Those females didn't do nothing for me. They didn't buy me nothing. It was just like, okay, hook up. It was like we're just trying to get our notches up, and that's cool. Don't get me wrong, it's cool to do that. But if you're not really focused on yourself and you're not better in your life, it's just a waste of time. Never try to supplement getting a lot of women, and you're just let's say this: if you don't have a car, if you don't have your own place, if you don't have a full time job, stop trying to deal with women. Now, if you're in a process of moving up, let's say you're in college, that's a different story. But if you ain't really in school at a university and you don't got no vehicle, your own place, some sort of studio you can smash chick in, or your own car, it's like get that together first so you can feel better about yourself. Because honestly, when I tell women like I got my own place, I drive, I run my own business, I got a job, they're like, oh. Now it's not I'm gonna give it to them, but that's really attractive to women. So when you have all that together, life is much easier when it comes to living life and just dealing with women.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah, because like I said, I just been watching your stuff. I mean, just for months on months on months, and yeah, it's like you really explain a lot. Like it's just, especially I would say out of it's just your content. This is not just me just trying to kiss up to you, but like your content, it's a lot more. What should I say? Relatable. If that makes sense.
yeah, a lot of guys always tell me that because I'm living proof. I don't do this to trick you guys. I don't do this to like, yeah, I'm gonna just sell these guys a dream. No, I'm actually living this stuff, and I can relate and I understand what all you guys are going through. That's why so many guys are subscribed to my channel. I got what 180. I think like 183,000. And guess what? No collabs, no editing, nothing. Because guys
Yeah.
can like, man, they can literally relate to what Darius is talking about, and we taking off and we still growing. So brother, do you so now you live in Minneapolis? Do you still be excuse me? Do you still pick up women or approach women? How what do you do in Minneapolis now?
I mean, unfortunately, even though, like I said, I don't have a job, I'm just gonna be very honest. I don't have a job. I don't have a car right now. I do got my own place. Occasionally, I do go out. I try to approach one female a day, one girl a day.
Right.
I mean, that's what I mean, just from time to time. Like I said, it really just comes back to me just getting my stuff together.
Right.
It's like I said, even in downtown, like downtown Minneapolis, I mean, you know how it is in downtown. It's just no quality.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like hobo central.
Right.
It's just you don't compared to, let's say, like you said, like the type of women you go for, just women that's fit, feminine, the ones you see at Target or Whole Foods or like at the gym, Lifetime or LA Fitness.
Yep.
Like I said, even just like I said, just what that. I mean, that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. But
okay.
As far as I said, pick up, but I kind of try to stay away from that stuff.
Right.
I'm just kind of more focused on getting like a steady job, not a temp job, but something actually steady, so I can just get myself together. It's a lot better than what it was. Like I said, like I was literally just out there.
Man, so how long were you? So you was out there in Vegas doing pickup, and you bought these dudes courses. So, And you only how long were you out there for doing this?
As a total, I was probably out there almost a year,
So
about a good year.
Okay.
I probably about a good 9 months, about a good 9 months out there in Vegas, and then after that, I just went out to I just went out there in LA for about a couple months. But I spent most of my time out there in Vegas. But like I said, I've dabbled in pickup. I've done the whole going out hardcore. Like I said, you're a vet. You're a Navy vet. So I mean, I was in the military. I got out the military, and I remember I drove straight to San Diego, and like I said, and I used to do like I said, approaches, crazy approach. I used to approach almost like 100 girls a day, literally. Like I would just hit up Pacific Beach, PB down there in San Diego, and I would burn the whole beachfront to the ground, like
man. So you was on the West Coast about a whole year. You was like approaching tons of women. Now, so when you was at Pacific Beach, like, did you get any women out there in that area or no?
No, honestly, no. Because after a while, it's almost like you're just trolling. After a while, you just do so much approaching. And like I said, if you've been in the pickup community for a while, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
you really approach so many girls, you're exhausted, and really after a while, it's not necessarily you're just cold approaching. You're just trolling people.
You're right. You're almost in a begging position. This is why I tell my clients, listen, and this is I do the 30 for 30 for 30, and that's for 30 days. One woman a day for at least 30 seconds. You chop it up. And it don't even got to be you exchanging contact information. It's just you getting your social skills, just fine tuning them so they won't go left. You do that, guys. It could just be the cashier. It could be like a chick that works at Target. You just chopping it up a little bit, and I going about my business. But guys put too much emphasis, like you were saying. You was at at Pacific Beach, man, and I know what that's at because I was in San Diego when I was in the Navy for a little bit. Man, it's a lot of chicks there, but the thing about it is, man, and when you're approaching that large quantity of women, it almost turns into begging. Now you're like, man, I approach this girl, hey, how's it going? She gets shot you down. It almost becomes begging. It's almost like, as opposed to it just being organic. This is why I tell guys, they ask me, why do you use interactions? Why do you use the word interacting with women as opposed to approaching? Because that's how it should. It should be you just out there just and you're talking to this chick. All right, she shut me down. Hey. It's like you're literally you're practically begging. You might as well literally have a cup. Yeah, you might as well. Matter of fact, you probably it's messed up. It's gone. You probably will have more. You get more benefits from just going around asking for money at Pacific Beach, because you get some. You'll get at least $10, $15, $20. You'll get something.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You'll get more money. What you're saying is, you'll get a homeless person. They get more money panhandling than, let's say, somebody going out cold approaching, spam approaching, and getting
right. It's just spamming, and then like trust me, that weighs on you. I've been there, guys. You out there in the field and you just getting it. You just like, man, I'm gonna approach a whole bunch of women, and I noticed the women I've gotten in my life when I like actually interacted and approached women, I wasn't trying to do it, and this is why guys are like conflicted with what I tell guys. I wasn't trying to approach women. I would go to the gym, we'll work out and everything, had no intentions of talking to a chick, and then I see a chick working out next to me, and I just have a conversation. I didn't plan on talking to that chick. Just like if I was go to the store or whatever, I don't plan on talking to a girl. But guess what? If I see a girl, she come across me, and it might be for a few minutes or for 60 seconds. Okay, cool. We chop it up. Hey, we should get together, hang out sometime. Exchange numbers. If she don't hit me back, cool. If not, I keep it moving. But they call it sets in date and pickup artists. Like, it's a set. So a set is like, let's say it's on a Friday evening. You approach like 20 women. And then on Saturday, you approach 30 women. And then Sunday, it's like they call it set. So the reason why that's not a good idea is because, and I talk about this more on Patreon. When you approach that large number of women in one day, in one sitting, or in one set, as they call it in pickup artist community, you're not able to look at the situation that you have previously with a woman and analyze it and realize like what happened. Why didn't she text me back? Why didn't she give me her number? Like what was it like? And this is why I tell guys one woman a day for 30 seconds and you talk to her, interact. So in that 24 hours, you can really analyze and assess how is she standing. Was I maybe touching my face? You can't really do that if you talk to one woman. Then all right, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go over there. You just boom, 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 boom. You haywire now. And
Yeah.
the pickup artist community, again, it has some good things, teaches you confidence, but a lot of it is about it's just seems like it's desperation. It's just like, man, I'm gonna go out here. Like women, matter of fact, women can sniff that too. They can sense
Oh
when
wow.
when you're going out there. Like they might have they probably don't know if you talked to a whole bunch of women before you met her, but they can sense when you're kind of like, it's not really organic. And I would teach guys how to have organic interactions, not organic approaches, because when you have those interactions, it flows easy. Shout out to Grown Man Business. He says hashtag men first. Thank you for contributing those your 20 shekels. But man, so you was out there in Pacific Beach, and you was in and you ain't getting not one girl in Pacific Beach.
No, I wasn't out there like that. It was like I said, it was mostly Vegas. Like I said, I was out there literally most of my time in Vegas. But like I said, I've done the whole thing. I almost got killed. I almost got killed by a meth addict. Like I said, I've had guns pulled out on me. I've had knives pulled out on me. It's serious out there.
Because I've been to Vegas a couple times for like basketball tournaments when I was younger. What
Yeah,
is it? It's really hot, ain't it? It's extreme. It's really hot out there.
yeah, definitely,
So
definitely.
so
That's when it started getting.
you were more in the lobbies, you said, or were you outside more approaching women?
A little bit more in the lobbies, outside more. Like I said, I was living out there. So I guess I mean, people they're a little bit more approachable, but I would say after about a month or two, when you really start to turn into, I guess you could say, a vagabond. That's when you're not so, what should I say, approachable. After that, so it's just then after that, I was just more so out on the streets.
What question, brother? If you don't mind me asking, where did you sleep when you was doing all this approaching? Like, was it?
Oh, yeah. I used to sleep outside. Like I said, I used to sleep outside, behind the dumpster where the gym was at. I had my own little routine and everything. Like I had my field report book. Yeah, I mean, you know what the field reports are. I would have like my field report log. I would go to like the 24-hour gym. I would shower, change over, and then I would have my backpack. I would pack real light. I would have a backpack, a yoga mat to sleep in, and my sleeping bag. And yeah, I would just sleep out. Like I said, I would sleep out behind the dumpster, or I would just find somewhere like out in the field, like where the dirt is at, and I would just sleep somewhere behind a building. But yeah, that was every night for months on months.
And then you would just after you when the morning comes or the next day comes, you would say, okay, I'm out here approaching now. That was your life basically.
Yes, definitely.
Man, that's
And I had my field report book. I'd have
talk
I'd
about your
watch my
field report book, brother. Let's get into that a little bit. How was
yeah.
that?
I mean, like I said, I would just write down every day. I would just try to write down my best sets and everything, just my best sets and the lessons that I've learned. And like I said, I've just committed so much. Like I've just been so committed, literally, to doing this. Because I mean, literally, not to try to call myself, like I said, a victim. Like I said, I'm 30 years old. I'm an adult. I'm responsible, for my own decisions. But I mean, like I went back then. I would literally buy into this idea that literally like pick up or whatever, approaching women or getting good, getting this confidence, it would make up for all the lost time. Like, because a lot of dudes, I mean, I don't know everybody's situation, but a lot of guys, they get in. A lot of guys were nerds when they're in high school. A lot of guys are virgins. So it's like a lot of times they sell this idea like, look, all you gotta do is just go buy this product, go out, approach, do this and this and this, just give everything, give your all, and then years down the line, you'll just have everything that you want. So, I mean, like I said, I would literally go out and I would approach literally almost 100 dozens of sets a day, literally, just literally running around like a madman, literally recording my sets, recording myself, literally thinking that this was gonna equate, like I said, to happiness, or this is gonna equate to, like I said, like it's somehow, this is like you were saying, like, this is a supplement. Like, don't worry, like, we know you're a bum, we know you're a hobo, we know you don't dress too well. We know that you don't make much money, but you know what? This is an alternative. It's a supplement. You don't need money. Who cares? Money doesn't mean anything. Just buy this product and just do this. And this is a supplement. And that's not the case. So I mean, I don't know. Like I said, that's pretty much like just how I went out every day. Like I said, I would sleep. I would sleep. I would wake up. I would shower. I would get something to eat. And then I would just have like my backpack with my field reports, and I would just wander around all day at the beach or wherever, and I would just spam approach. Like literally when I'm sitting, I used to sit in Starbucks, and I would just like sit there with my laptop, and I would watch PUA videos. I'm homeless. Sitting in Starbucks watching PUA videos with my cup of coffee or whatever, right in my field report. We're doing mass approaches. Like it was so crazy. Like I would burn up the Starbucks. I would leave Starbucks. I would burn out, like I said, the strip. I mean, yeah, you name it. So,
Man, that's some man using Starbucks with a field report, and that's the thing, that takes some dedication. So here's the thing. At least I give you a pat on the back. At least you worked hard towards something. I'm quite sure. Heck, you got your confidence is through the roof, and that's a plus side of doing it. Approaching and interacting with women, your confidence will go through the roof. But right, and that's a good thing. You have some social skills. But man, just think about, man, that's a lot of. And the thing about it, you got out of all those approaches, you got one single mother out of the whole 9 months she was on the West Coast or in Vegas.
Yeah.
You had sex with one chick.
Yeah, and then actually, totally, honestly, I said, I probably literally only like 4. I guess they call them. I'm trying to keep it PG. I mean, they call them lays. I got 4 lays from cold approach, but still, that doesn't amount up to anything. Up to the approaches and is everything that I've done, and the problem was, it's just literally I just didn't have the money. You're talking to somebody that could barely even take care of themselves, and I was back and forth just living at home with their mother, and it just really came to like what am I doing? Like what am I doing out here? Why am I spending these money on these products that's not really helping? It's like you never really get better. You just buy a little bit more products over time, and it's not. There's no alternative. There's no supplement. I really think to getting your life together, and I mean to getting girls. And I just really started to think, okay, well, I mean, what about the other? I don't know how many. What about the other 10 billion people in this world that's not celibate, and they never heard of pickup in their lives? And still, I think it's safe to say a decent amount of these people are doing better than me as far as dating. So it's like you really start to put it together. Like, yeah, there's
Exactly,
nothing wrong.
and you know why they're doing better than you, and they have a more fulfilling quote unquote dating life than you, is because your purpose. Oh, excuse me, they have a purpose. They have a life that they love. They have things that they're doing. So when they go to get women or to interact and talk to women, what happens is it's easy and effortless with them. They get invited to dinner parties. They go over here. They just have a good life, as opposed to like you were doing. You didn't have your life together. You was homeless, so you just like, okay, let me just get out here and approach, and then things didn't work out. I mean, the only thing you got was a single mother, but it was just like, if you have your life together, and yes, you still got to interact with them, because here's what a lot of guys will say: I'm just gonna get on my purpose and women gonna come to me. That's not gonna happen. You still have to be able to interact and talk to women, but at the same time, when you have your life together, you'll give off that aura that you're content and happy with your life, whether she rejects you, whether she goes out with you, or however the situation ends. And that's where I come in at. I bridge both interacting and approaching women and having that confidence and living the life that you want to live. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell y'all, these chicks gonna leave y'all behind. They're gonna dip off, and it's not a lot of times they're not because you did anything. It's just because chicks get bored. So once you have that life, man, that you love, girl leaves you. Matter of fact, you welcome her leaving you. Go ahead and get out of here. They give me more time to focus. Let me ask you this, brother. When you were in Vegas, you were out there approaching and doing all these different things. When you bought the product, did you buy the products before you went out and approached, or like was it during while you was homeless, or?
It was before. I said it was before I went out, and it was before I went out and approached. Like I said, I had already taken a boot camp with this individual. Like I said, about a good 2 years before I had made the big leap, and I decided to go out there on the streets. Like I said, I was back at home with my mother, but I had a car at the time, but it was like, I was still going out doing pickups, still approaching, but I wasn't getting the results that I wanted, because I said I was still living at home with my mother. It was just rough. Like I said, just personal problems, and it was, like I said, it was just so rough. But I took the boot camp. I had taken a boot camp before. Yeah, I actually went out there on the streets.
So you were taking a boot camp in person with the guy?
Yes, yeah, I took a real boot camp. I took 2 boot camps. I took 2 boot camps with him.
Okay.
Out there in LA. So yep.
And what did this particular guy? You don't got to say his name. What was it? Other guys with him that was boot camping, or just you?
Well, it was just me. And normally it's a 3-on-1 boot camp for a few grand. But I sent him like my story or whatever, and emailed him, and I guess it was so good for like his content that he decided to do a 1-on-1 boot camp, and he actually recorded me. We actually did like a little mini documentary, and he put it on his YouTube channel. His YouTube channel's gone now, but
man, so
but like I said, everything. Literally, I've been in this PUA community literally for years on years. Like I said, I would like to say I've done it all. But like I said, as far as everything, you name it, from boot camps, Skype coaching sessions, the online, products. All of it. Spent thousands, literally thousands.
Man. Woo! That's you was better off bettering yourself, and heck, in the process of bettering yourself, that's when the interaction will come. This is why I focus on interacting with women, not approaching, because cold approaching, and that's just, to me, you're going out with the intent to get women. I teach my guys, don't go out with the intent. Now, if you're out, when I say 30 seconds, one woman per day, you're gonna at least see one woman that you gonna run across a day. But when you start spamming the approaches, and it's not okay. If it's not fun, if it's like, okay, I gotta do this, and it's not like, okay, she's a cute girl, let me just, if it's not, doesn't feel good, what's gonna happen is it's gonna drain you, and it's gonna wear you down, and you're gonna get burnt out with those approaches, man. And you're gonna be like, man, it's gonna just eat you up, and when you gonna look back on, you like, man, I approached 100 women this week. I did so many sets, and I didn't get. And then you start not to get sex. The only thing you get was a single. That's messed up, man. A single mother. And did you ever link up with her again and smash again?
No. Like I said, that was a one night thing. Like I said, she was in town. She was in town just, like I said, from Vegas. She was just in town just visiting. I was in Vegas. Like I said, once again, she came down there with her boyfriend. Her and her boyfriend got into an argument, and they split up, and they just walked their separate ways. And that's when I just so happened to just run up on her and approach her. So I mean, so at the same time, it kind of really shows just how I guess you say loyal a lot of women are. I mean, just her and her boyfriend had a small argument, and a few moments later, she's in the bushes somewhere hooking up
With a homeless man. A homeless man, but hey, at least you can say, hey, at least I got one notch, one. Man, that's
Yeah,
crazy, man. You
yeah.
but listen, brother, Cameron, we appreciate your words and let me ask you this: when the last time you approached a woman or interacted with a
Today,
woman? Today, okay. How did it go?
not kind of not so good, kind of awkward. I mean, she was walking, and I mean it was a black chick in downtown, and I was like, yeah, excuse me, this sounds random. I just thought you looked adorable, and I had to say hi, and yeah, I was like, what is your name? She wouldn't even want to like shake my hand like she did because I mean the whole Corona thing. She gave me like an elbow bump. It was weird because she didn't even have a mask on. I had a mask, but she didn't want to shake my hand. So, but it was kind of but yeah, like I said, it was a simple approach.
And then
That was just afternoon.
and
Yeah.
then she like, did you try to like get her number or anything? Did you like say, hey, let's hang out, something like that? What she do? What happened?
No, she just kept walking. Kind of. It was kind of awkward. I'm not even gonna lie. But I mean, just real quick, because because I'm just curious. I mean, because you're what you're saying is you're just giving out. I mean, like I said, you're telling your like subscribers or whatever to approach. You said approach at least one. You said one girl a day for 30 days. Yep. And I mean, just when you say that, does that mean like 30 days? Then you have to ask. I mean, do you have to ask before it?
No, here's the thing. When I say approach or interact with one woman for 30 seconds, when I say the 30 days, that's just for guys who are just getting out there, and they'll after the 30 days they'll realize, man, it's a huge confidence boost, and they can do it. Because what most guys are frustrated with and they have a hard time doing is just interacting with women. The approach is not like hard. Or excuse me, I should say the approach is the hardest thing. The interaction, once you start talking to a girl, if you guys ever did it, it starts to become easier each second. So,
okay.
So when I tell guys to do it for 30 seconds, so they can get their feet wet, so they can, because most guys when they contact me and we have consultations, they ain't talked to a woman in like years. They just did only thing they did was just online dating, and then they're like, okay, Darius, I'm tired of having sex with single mothers and fat chicks on online dating. So, help me out. I'm ready to get back out there and interact with women. So I said, okay, this is how you do it. Because you have to start with, you can't build a mansion, a house, without, laying a foundation. So it has to be brick by brick by brick by brick. This is how you get good at interacting with women. So I tell guys, don't think of like, oh, I'm gonna be good overnight. No, it has to be one day, next day, and then you start to realize, like, man, this is not difficult. This is easy. This is, you see what I'm saying? So this is why I tell guys to do it that way. So after 30 days, they'll realize, man, that wasn't hard, and then they'll do it, however much they want. So yeah, I never tell guys like don't spam approach. Don't do that. Just go about the best way. Like, okay, how I had sex with the most women. Only thing I was doing is I like went to the store and I went to get something to eat. And I went to, get a snack or something. I saw a chicken or frozen aisle. Again, I didn't like intentionally want to go get that chick. Like, oh, I'm gonna go to Walmart. And I know it's a chicken or frozen aisle. No, I just went to get a pizza, and I just happened to. We made eye contact, chopped it up, bam, 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 exchanged contact information. We got together a day or two later, week later, and boom. And or I go to the drop some off at the post office. See a girl next to me or coming in and out, and boom. Or I go to, I think phone went off because the phone died, battery died. But guys, you got to realize, sorry, brother, if you watching Brother Cameron, forgive me, the phone died. But overall, make sure you guys make sure you have a life, because you're going to get older and you're gonna realize, man, what have I built? What what do I have to show? What tangible benefits do I have to pass down to maybe your kids or family or just for yourself? Cameron, my phone died. Forgive me, man. Literally, literally died. Shit, literally died. Forgive me, Cameron. We was really that was a good conversation. Um, Purpose over sex, because at the end of the day, that's what you have. Now, sex is a cool, good thing, but it shouldn't be pedestalized. These female guys, let me tell you something, man. I'm 32 years old. These females be on some silly, goofy stuff. Most of them. You know why? Because they have no life. Guys, these women don't have a life, man. You would text a chick like, matter of fact, I approached a chick a while back. I'm like, so what you have to do in your free time? You know, when you ain't, working. She's like, honestly, I just sleep. I kid you not. Talk to this chick at his department store, really good looking girl. I'm like, for real, what does she do? She's like, when I'm not at work, I just, I draw a little bit, but I just sleep. And she wasn't kidding. And that's what most women are doing, guys. All they do is lay down. They sit around, they gossip a little bit. They're on. Why do you think women have taken over social media? Because all they do is they sit on social media. And they look for guys to lead on, entertain, play games. Now, granted, not every woman does this, but most women. God is my witness. I'm telling you. She like, I said, so what you like to? And that's my go-to when I'm, approaching and talking to them. I ask them, so what you like? What you usually do when you're not at the gym? What you like doing in your free time? Just to get a little bit out of them and everything, just to get them talking, because women like to talk about themselves. Again, I'll talk about more of this stuff on the Patreon, and if you like a consultation, go ahead, email me. They'll be like, I don't. They always tell me, I don't do much. Like, I like to, watch TV. It's like, oh, okay. Or like, I like to, they don't do anything. So it's like, okay, cool. And you start to think like, you were born. So and it's like, all right, well, like women have told me I just like to sleep. Some girls said I like to just draw, and that's all well and good, but it's like that's not really productive like that. Now, granted, shout out to all my artists. Some girls like I just like to write in my journal, like grown woman. It's like you freaking boring, goofy. Or some women they just sit around, guys. Like guys, a woman's day consists of her being on social media and maybe going to her job, but they just sit around and gossip. And they try to look for a boyfriend or a simp. Guys, I'm serious. And they just lead dudes on. It's like women lead. This is why I have no sympathy for women and why they're single and miserable, because they just lead guys on. That's a woman's life. They just lead them on. Like they lead you on, and guys, a lot of guys think that, oh, she just led me on. Do you know how many dudes are on a woman's phone? They just lead dude on. It's like cattle. They got 10, 15 dudes in their phone. They just lead on. Have no intentions of hanging out with it. It's like fun for them. Just waste your time. That's why I tell you guys, man. Number one, y'all gotta be straightforward and direct, but don't allow women to waste your time. Like if you want to hang out with a girl, like straight up, hey, let's get together and hang out when you're free. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, you do know. Because you don't have guys, I'm telling you, women don't do anything. They just walk around. They don't have a purpose. Like us men, we got a purpose. A woman's purpose, like I always say, is to find a guy with a purpose. So if any woman says, oh, I'm busy, maybe next week, like, get out of here with that, man. You ain't playing me. You ain't no busy. Nah, you don't got to get mad. I just delete the number. Never believe a woman that says you don't know the guy I'm talking to. Shout out to Death Star, Jeremy Warner. If you have a question or like a comment or something like that, hit the super chat. DHK, goals and dreams pay off way more than anything a woman can give you. It does, man. Because at the end of the day, guess what? Let me tell y'all something, man. And I'm gonna speak some facts. Now I'm not down in the trash of women, but I'm gonna speak some facts, man. I've had sex with a lot of women in my life. Dozens upon dozens upon dozens upon dozens. I've had sex with women in Australia. I've had sex with women in South Korea. I've had sex with women in Japan, China, Hawaii, Philippines, Thailand. I've been around. United States. I mean, I've been in Cali, Texas, Florida. New York. Let me tell you something. All those women I've been with, now I don't regret it or anything because it's a learning lesson and I can get y'all the game. I'm gonna be honest. I got a few trinkets from some women, but 99% of those women, 98% of women gave me nothing. I never been to Brazil. 98% of women I've hooked up and had sex with gave me nothing. Now, granted, I enjoyed the time, but a good 98%, like 2% of women I've dealt with over my years, they didn't give me like. There's nothing that I can look back like. I can count on maybe like 4 women, maybe 5 women. Once I started really getting into the game, those like 4, maybe 5 women like was actually doing shit. That's including my main chick right now. I've never been to Mexico. Right? So the thing is, guys, if you're gonna deal with women, make sure you're getting something out of it other than sex. Like, you gotta be doing something. And that might take some time for y'all. It took a lot of time for me. I've been with a lot of women, a lot of different continents, a lot of different cities. And it took me some time to be like, maybe I need to get something else out of this. After sex, like I have become so numb to getting sex and smashing chicks. It was like, okay, this is easy now. So now what's next? That's when I like the light flickering on. I'm like, okay, then I became more rational because I started to realize sex was so easy for me to get. So I started asking myself, all right, I want something else. So I'm like, okay, let me get into another segment of the game. Let me start listening to pimps and different things, because just listening to like a pickup artist or whatever, that was like, all right, I got some sex. Then I started really listening to different pimps and reading different books and psychology. So I was like, okay, because I want more from women. Because I started realizing, man, my time is really valuable. Like, y'all females breaking some bread or something? So I have to realize how to get women to submit fully, open up their pocketbook, doing different things, picking my clothes up from the cleaners. No manipulative tactics, but that was the next phase of the game, right? Because sex is like, all right, I smash a chick and I look at her like, all right, what you gonna give me? Like, I could be watching like Sports Center. I could be watching the draft. I'm ready for the NFL draft. Like to me, as I've gotten older, me being 32, on a Sunday night, I don't want no female around me. Like I don't want no female. I just want to relax, cook some steak, chill out. Now, could I have women around me? Of course, that's nothing. But at the same time, you start to enjoy your peace. You start to enjoy your solitude. You start to enjoy the fruits of your labor. And most times it's not women. Right? Because most women, only thing most women want to do, most modern women, they just want to come into your life and give you sex, like, and make sure, like, treat it like a reward system. I don't got time for that. That's what they just want to, a lot of times they want to treat it like a reward system. They give you some sex and they're like, okay. It's like, man, bruh, I'm just trying to, chill out. If you ain't, like, to me, it's like, if you ain't trying to have sex for free, like, I just don't even want to do it. I don't want to, I'm not trying to take you out like that. Now, maybe if you put in work, okay, cool. We'll go out here and there, but you gonna have to put in work. Let's this thing. You gonna spend more money on me than I'm gonna do on you. That's any woman. She's gonna spend more money on me than I'm gonna do on her. because I know how this game works. And when you have that mindset of what is she gonna do for me, take away sex, you'll realize that, man, most of these chicks, they ain't even like, y'all ain't doing nothing. Like, y'all, what you gonna do for my life? They ain't trying to fold no clothes. They ain't trying to, cook like that. They ain't trying to really do nothing for you. And you like, shh. And all you doing is smashing and they give you a headache. Like, that's the thing. It's like women have sex with you. Y'all have sex, then they just give you a headache. After that, they start like just bothering you. You're like, man, they just start requesting stuff and just in your vicinity, And the average woman, the modern woman, most of them ain't trying to bring peace to your life. They're not trying to really bring any sort of generosity, no real femininity, no real being submissive. It's like a lot of women, you gotta pull that submission out of them. Now it's different in different countries. I admit that. In those foreign countries, man, not all, but most, night and day. But here in the United States, especially here in Chicago, man, you got chicks that's like, man, it's like pulling teeth. A lot of the times, not all, right? It ain't all bad. Let me say it ain't all bad, right? It's only a few bad apples, but a lot of women they just be on that, man. Peace of mind is a must, and a lot of women they just want that chaos and drama. Where we at? Women make exceptions for guys who they truly desire. They will make excuses for guys who they really don't want. Yep. And a lot of women do that. Like, that's why I tell you guys, if a woman makes an excuse for you, dude, don't buy it. Guys, women, I've had women, bro, let me say this, man. I remember I was still with this chick, and it was years ago. It was like a big moment for me, like a turning moment. I never forget, it was this girl, and it was like, I think it was like on a month, like I had started talking to her, it was on a dating app. So when I was on those crappy things years ago, I told y'all to get off. But it was years ago, I remember it was a Monday. And I was texting her, we exchanged numbers, it was a cute chick. And when we were talking and texting, she was showing me like crazy interest. Like, you so handsome, you're my little Hershey bar, like just talking to me about sex. Like, guys, this girl was like talking to me about deep throat and all types of stuff. Like, I would tell her to go to the bathroom and take a picture of her boob. She'd just straight up do it. Like, she just sends me like she would do like all types of. She was like, man, like when I say there was anything that she didn't say, I was like, man. And I remember that Monday, I was like, it was Monday. I was like, hey, let's get together and hang out. Cause we was texting like all day. It was starting in the morning, all day. She was like, okay, I was like, let's do tomorrow. And she's like, oh, I'm busy for the next couple of days. She's like, but I'll be free next week on Tuesday. And I'm like, and in my head, like, I didn't know too much about red pill content, but I was like, man, that's far away. Like, that's like, what, 8 days away. And I didn't tell her that. I was like, how about we do it like Thursday? She was like, oh, I got work. And I'm like, and I was like, I could just, come get you after work, because she didn't drive. And she was like, oh, let's just do Sunday. And I'm like, okay, that's like 6 days away. And I knew about flaking a little bit, but not to the extent I do now. And I was like, all right. Because the reason why I said, yeah, that's cool, let's do it like 6 days from now, because we was texting and she was like blowing me up and like, I'm talking about constant interest. Good morning. Good morning. Like, do you know on Saturday, I kid you not, and it was some savage stuff. I remember her texting me something like, hey, daddy, what time did you go to sleep last night? Something like that. And she had iPhone, and I went to text her, right? And I remember it went to green. Because if somebody blocks you, it goes to green if you have iPhone. So it didn't say delivered. So I was like, that's weird. And she usually respond back right away. So like an hour went by, 2 hours went by. So I just happened to pick up my phone and just check the dating app that I was on Tinder. She just unmatched me. Like, I looked at her profile, I'm like, wait a minute. And I'm looking, and I was like the world practically stopped. So then I said, let me just call her. So I called her, went straight to voicemail. I said, wow. This girl literally soaked me dry Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, a little bit of Saturday, and then after that, literally soaked me dry of attention. No, I never told y'all this story. And I'm like, wow, this girl, I'm like, because I'm like, okay, one more day. And the thing about it is, I was counting down the days. And I remember she was like, I can't wait to see you. Like, man, guys, I think I never got that high of interest from a woman ever in my life, over text. Like, it was crazy interest. And I remember I was like, when I come pick you up, you know, you gonna give me some roadhead on the way back home? She's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do all that. And I remember she was like, yeah, I bought this nice robe for us so we can hang. Boom, cut off. And I was like, and I remember I was like, that's crazy. And that's the thing, guys. Women, they love attention. She literally sold me a dream, and I was like, but wait. This was like, how many years ago? Man, it was so many years ago. Feel like these are forever ago. As far, you know, as much wisdom and experience I've gained. And as some people I tell you, I get off those dating apps. Because all 99% of women want is just attention. They're on there for validation. And then when you try to ask to hang out or you set a date, what'll happen is the day of the date, they'll just ghost you or not contact you. Or what'll happen is they'll set a date for like a whole week. They'll set it for like a week or two away and act like they're busy. Or they'll say, okay, so let's do it for like 8 days away or something like that, or next week, just to text you and you to give her all that attention. Then after that, she just like, oh, I'm busy. So all that time she hyped your head up. Like, I'm telling you, man, women are attention junkies. That's why you got to be direct with them. Like, as soon as you get the number, oh, whatever, hey, let's get together and hang out, man. Oh, I'm busy. Delete, unmatch. Because they'll just talk to you. Talk. Never hang out. And that's even for women that you approach and interact with in person too. If you get numbers, that's like it's rare that women do that in person. Like I haven't got strung along by a chick in person. Like when I approached her, like it's usually with women that I approach in person. What they'll do is like either when we exchange numbers, I have to go to text them like, hey, it's Darius or it's D. And they just won't text me back because they know it's pointless to string me along. Because they'd probably be like, what if I run into this guy again? Or whatever. Or they just like, you know, they don't have low self-esteem. Or it's not that low like chicks on dating apps. Women on dating apps, they just go there. They don't go there to meet you guys, man. As you guys got to realize. Women on dating apps, they really not trying to meet you like that. They're just trying to get your attention because they lonely, they broken, they losers. Matter of fact, they have no real social skills on dating apps. No female does. Or not, no, but most females don't. Those females on those dating apps, they're just on there they're bored, so they want to waste your time. Now, granted, can you meet women on dating apps? Yeah, of course. But for the most part, those chicks, man, they just want to get their ego boost. They just want to feel good, and then after that, they ghost you. You talk to them, they ghost you. I remember it was one time I was at this job years ago when I had just got on the online dating thing. I was I think like 23, and I was talking to like 10 females on my phone, and I was texting from the dating apps, and none of them wanted to hang out. Like none. I'm trying to set up some dates and meetups and whatever. No one thing. I'm like, yo, man. Now, granted, you can get some, like a few chicks here and there, but you even got unattractive, overweight females. Single mothers of 2, 3, 4, bad attitudes that I ain't trying to hang out. It's like, bro, what are you on here for? Then, when you on those dating apps, you start having a mindset of like, man, I'll take whatever I can get now. Because you've like messaged so many women and you like, man, I need to smash some. I'm going through a dry spell, so you would take. I'm gonna get into this portion on the Patreon, guys. Get on the next level game tier, man. I don't want to go more into it, but it's a little more. Man, get on that next level game tier. I might upload that tomorrow, but whoo, y'all gonna like it. Follow my Apex Predator. Next level game tier members. Dating apps, man, that stuff breaks your soul. Ever since I got off them years ago, I just felt much better. Cause let's be honest, if I message 30 women on dating apps, and let's say I get 30 numbers, the chances of us hanging out and meeting up are slim to none. Now, if I approach 30 women, how many numbers you think I get? I'll probably get about 5 to 7. How many dates I'll get out of those 7 numbers I get? I'll get at least 2 to 3 dates, literally. So out of those women I approach, and that's actually a good ratio. You approach 30 women, you're going to get at least 2 to 3 dates at most. I'd rather have that ratio of in-person interaction and approaching than be on dating apps and just desperate and thirsty and messages. Man, I used to spam on those dating apps, man. I remember I had like Tinder. I think Bumble had just came out years ago. So it was Tinder, Bumble, and it was I think it was OkCupid. It was 3 of them. I was on all 3. Like, I'm talking about spamming messages, spam. And then after so long, you just start taking anything. He said, listen, you just like, hey, you want to hang out? So your standards, you don't got no standards on dating apps. And that's the sad part about the dating apps. Man, you just can't have no standards because after so long, even if you do have them, you're like, I just got to take what I can get. Women, they got all these crazy standards because they actually have attractive guys that want to hang out with them. And women, let's be honest, the women who are on those dating apps, the attractive ones, all they trying to do is promote their Instagram. So they just see you as a loser anyway. Like I met like 3 like attractive women off dating apps. I'm talking about good looking, and they all have mental issues. I'm like, and I just think like, man, you in a dating app? Like, what you on here? And they all have some issues. They're like attractive women on dating apps. They usually like in bikinis, or they like drinking a bottle of wine or something on a yacht or a boat. Like attractive women that'll be out in public, they just on there to just build a Snapchat up. That's all they get. Build a Snapchat and Instagram. That's all they on there to do. That's what I tell y'all, man. Get off those things, man. Get off. Like, man, you guys, you would sleep better. And matter of fact, when I deleted dating apps years ago, it forced me to interact with women in public. It literally forced me, and it felt good. Because guess what? I couldn't go. I mean, I could have go back. I could download it, but that would have defeated the purpose. It felt good to get off the dating apps and actually talk to women in public. I had no choice. How else would I be able to get laid? It was either a brothel, which I never paid for sex, or it was the dating apps, or it was in person. So I deleted dating apps. So I had no choice but to actually interact with women. And guess what? When I deleted the dating apps, it took me like a little week, and I wasn't really trying to really approach women like that. The second week, guess what? Boom, got laid. You think that really would have happened probably on a dating app? No, maybe, but she was way more attractive than the chick on a dating app. It only took me 2 weeks. And the first week I had deleted, I wasn't really out there like that. The second week, I'm putting, get out here a little bit. Boom, hooked up, hang out with a chick. That lasted for a few months. And she was actually good looking. And I would have never met that type of girl on a dating app. Never, ever. I would have never met her like that. That's why I tell y'all, man, get off those. It's way easier in person than online. I'd rather get rejected by a good looking chick in person than get rejected by a overweight chick with a bad attitude and that's a single mother. Like, just reject me and say, hey, I'm sorry, I got a boyfriend. Okay, that's cool. All right. Then to be texting you on a dating app and act like we're going to meet up and then we never hang out. And it's like, man, all that time. Why did you just like reject me? Like women in person, let me say this. They don't need to string you along. This is what I noticed. Women in person, they don't need to string you along at all. It's extremely rare that a girl in person will like get your number and just string along. They'll just stop talking to you. Like they'll just straight up ghost you. Or they'll straight up hang out with you. They not like with the dry texting because it's pointless for them. Dating apps they have bottom feeders on there. They have females that no guy wants to be with. And on top of that, they know that. So on the dating apps, you're getting women who got all these demands, but they're not even up to par with those demands. Overweight, bad attitude, entitled. Man, it's so many profiles I've seen just like females like just asking and demanding for all type of stuff. And you look at their profile, you like, bro, you like a below average looking woman. You're like literally trash. And they're asking all this stuff like, it's like, bro, what the? Here's the thing. Here's what's funny about dating apps. Even if you have all that stuff to offer a woman, she still will have a bad attitude anyway. Shout out to my love elephant. They still gonna have like a negative attitude. They still gonna like feel like women on dating apps, they think that you have to work for them like hard. They think you have to like put in a lot of work and yeah, that's because they being showered with all these dudes. Now let's say hypothetically a female, because a lot of guys will say, well, dudes do talk to women in public. Not that often, I'm telling you. They don't. You understand that? Women in public don't get approached and by dudes like that. Especially if she's average, especially if she's above average. Guys, man, I swear to God, I've had women that I've approached in different spots, and we talk, and they say, it's like, and straight up, I have many women, so it wasn't like one occurrence. Like multiple women have told me, no guy has never talked to me like that. Not just 1, 2, 5, multiple, at least a couple dozen women have told me, a guy's never approached me like that. That was really cool. Like no guy has ever really, and they were good looking girls. I'm like, you know why? Because dudes, all they do is look at a girl and they don't say nothing. All they do is see a girl in the aisle and they don't say nothing. Now, granted, you still get rejected, don't get, but I'm saying, guys, your percentages are far greater than interacting in public. Far greater. And on top of that, again, she looks better. Way better in public. Women in public, they look way better. Then on dating apps, man, get off those things, man. That's why y'all selfish. That's why a lot of dudes think they unattractive. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of you guys think you're unattractive. You think most of the good-looking chick I have pulled in person would not have talked to me online dating site, and I know that exactly. Shout out to my love elephant. Those good-looking chicks, I would have never be able to pull the good-looking chicks in public. You know why? Because I would think like, man, and here's why the dating apps are so mess with your mind. Because the attractive women you see on dating apps, you think that, man, she looks too attractive for me on a dating app. So you see that type of girl in the real world, you think, man, that's the type of chick I see on Tinder. I know she would talk to me. Even though she's just like a normal like chick, like, hey, how's it going? Like, I'm telling you. And what's crazy about approaching women in public? The crazy thing about it is they're more nervous than you. Y'all understand this? We're going to go a little more in depth with this, man. Give y'all some real wisdom. Women who you approach in public and talk to in public, they're more nervous than you. They look over here, like, they like looking over here. They'll be on their phone. Like, when I tell chicks, like, okay, yeah, all right, let's get together and hang out. I give them my phone so they can put their number in. They shaking like this. They're nervous little chicks. Or when you talk to them in public, they like looking kind of down or like looking like, they're a little excited. They're like, okay, like, because they know that, man, this guy has confidence. This guy is talking to me, and it rarely happens. Guys, y'all, let me tell y'all something. Y'all think it happens often? Bro, these chicks don't be getting approached like that. And let's say hypothetically they get approached by 10 dudes a month. Let's just let's just hypothetically speaking, let's say an attractive woman gets approached by 10 dudes per month versus a female who gets hundreds of messages per month. Who you think gonna be easier to get? You got a 10% chance, and she might date you and another dude. Let's say you got at least a 10% chance, and I'm gonna be honest, man. These dudes, man, I wish y'all would just really understand where I'm coming from. Guys who out there, women don't even get approached 10 times in a month. God is my witness. They don't even get approached 10 times in a month in person. Let's just say the highest 5 times. You got a 20% chance. Now, she had to be attracted to you, but there's a 20% chance. You think a woman is getting approached every day? No, she's not. You know how I know? You know, I know because I've been in the gym and I've seen a good-looking girl working out, and I see a whole bunch of dudes looking, and I just happen to, shoot my shot at her. Then they see me, give her my phone, we exchange numbers and everything. I go do another workout, and a dude that was over there, he'll come at me and say, "Yeah, I see you, man." And all of a sudden, I'm at the gym getting dapped. They like, "Oh, I see." All of a sudden, I'm getting recognized by these dudes. You know why? Because I had the guts to go talk to her. Out of all these other dudes didn't. So imagine her going to the gym 5 days a week, and no dudes talking to her. That's actually a relief because she's like, "Man, hi, I'm a rock with D. I'm a rock with Darius." Attractive women don't get approached like that. I'm telling you. Now, don't spam approach and nothing like that. But what I'm saying is, man, those dating apps, get off, man. Get off. A good 95% of women I slept with on dating apps were either single mothers or land whales. I'm keeping it 100. I'll say that again. 95% of women that I have had sex with off dating apps, and it's been a lot, they were single mothers and land whales. Women I approached in public, matter of fact, I didn't even approach overweight women like that in public. Come to think of it, I didn't even think, like women that I've approached and had sex with, like the chicks I met in public, they weren't even overweight. This is the more I talk, the more I have like an epiphany phase. Like, I'm like, they weren't overweight. I'm trying to, I'm being honest. Y'all know I'm straightforward. If I ever approached a girl, because I would never approach an overweight chick. I don't even remember. But all those women, 95% of the women on dating apps was overweight and single mothers. Get off those apps, man. Get in the gym. Build yourself up. Start just talking to women gradually. Hello. And that's the thing, guys. It don't even got to be like I'm trying to get her number. No, man. Just, talk to the chick at the gym, at the desk. You just have a little conversation. Like, matter of fact, I was at the gym about a week ago. A female, cute girl. I always see her when I come in. I scan my little thing in to go work out. She was at the gym. She was at the desk by herself. I just happened, I'm leaving. I said, I see you like to draw, because she's sitting there, drawing stuff on the door. She's like, "Yeah, I do." I'm like, "What you like to draw? What you draw cartoons?" And she was like, "Yeah, I do this and that." And I wouldn't even try to shoot my shot. I was just, just sharpening my tools. So I'm like, "Have you ever draw a person?" She was like, "It'll take me a while." I'm like, "Would you draw me naked? Be honest." She was like, "Maybe, I don't know." And just, I don't know, I'm gonna get out of here. Just sharpening my tools. I could have, exchanged something, but for what? And I'm talking about planting seeds on the Patreon. That's on the Patreon, man. We get more in depth when it comes to this. I give y'all a lot of surface level stuff on the main channel, but the Patreon has a lot more. A lot more stuff. It's way more to it, right? So yeah, you guys got to realize, man, those dating apps, when you get off, it's going to force you to talk. Because the dating apps, you ain't going to talk, no chick. You're going to be like, you're going to see a girl like, "Oh, she look good," but guess what? You can be on the dating apps. Man, bro, it was. I remember years ago, it was so bad. Like I would be on dating apps talking to single mothers. Okay, let's say I'm in the gym between sets, like I'm sitting down, and it would be attractive female, just in shape, attractive women all over the place. And I'll be, I'm relaxing after my set, and here I am swiping left on single mothers, swiping right on overweight chicks, and all it is fit, attractive women around me, all at the gym. And here I am, just like, messaging a single mother or overweight, like a plus size chick. Because I was afraid to actually interact. I wasn't necessarily afraid. It was just like I was in my comfort zone. So I was like, all right. Guys, I know I'm not the only one. Come on, man. BAD, guys, I'm speaking from experience. This is raw. I'm sitting there talking to chicks and on the dating apps, and I could have just easily, like, hey, how's it going? I noticed you over there. My name is Darius. What's your name? Boom, boom, bam. That would have been easier. And guess what? Those chicks on the dating apps on some goofy stuff. It's like, bro, I'm in the gym working out. Why not? I'm talking to pigs. I'm talking to pigs on my phone while I'm in the gym and attracting women around me. Get off those apps, man. Get you some self-esteem. Matter of fact, I went out for my walk today. I saw a really attractive girl. Just walking. I'm just enjoying the weather. It was perfect in Chicago. I'm talking about perfect. 73 degrees, sunny, no wind. That's Cali weather right there. That's California weather. So I'm just enjoying it. I'm like, man, whew. We don't get that like that here in Chicago. I think it's going to be raining like in a couple days. But all in all, guys, man, approaching one attractive woman that you like, that looks good, it's far better than talking to a woman. It's far better than sleeping with a single mother and spam messaging plus size piggies. It's better because it builds not just your confidence, but it builds your social skills. Dating apps, it tears down your confidence and weakens your social skills. Get off the apps. Listen, get off. Get off of them. I keep telling y'all that, man. Go ahead and stay on those apps. That's why they be playing y'all. Ain't you tired of having sex with plus size big women with bad attitudes? Most of you have, what's messed up, I'm going to say this. A lot of you in here have never had sex with a woman who weighs less than you. All of them have weighed more than you. And this is sad, man. You guys got to get out of that, man. Because these chicks, they're not hard to talk to. They're actually human. And what I noticed, the more attractive women I talk to, the easier it just got. It just got, man. Shout out to Mr. Elder Dragon. Also took a long walk at Central Park yesterday and talked to almost a dozen people, but the young chicks I try to say hello to ignore me. Well, that's the thing. Then go talk to other women. Because you got to understand, if a woman ignores you, like if you try to say, like, hey, how's it going? And she just like, ignores you, just keep moving. Just keep moving. I freeze after high with really attractive women, and then there's awkward silence. Well, I'll talk about that more on the Patreon. Get on the next level games here, or set up a consultation with me so I can get you guys the help you need. I'm not going to go too much in depth to it. Where we at? Uncut, uncensored, straight up raw. Literally. The gym I go to, blonde chick out front desk, cute, I might shoot my shot. Don't say might, just go ahead and do it. Just go. What do you have to lose? You shoot your shot. Let's say she rejects you. All right. I'm still going to come to the gym and work out. No big deal. Let's say y'all exchange numbers. And then you text her, she don't hit you back. Okay, I'm going to still go to the gym and work out. Whatever. I'm not going to stop working out because, you work there and you ain't hit me back. I'll talk to another chick at the gym. All types of females there, man. Why not just, hey, listen, it was great talking to you. Um, I think it'd be cool if we got together, met up for coffee. That's it. Hey, I'm gonna let you get back to your workout, but it was great talking to you. If you don't mind, I think it would be great if we got together and you know, continue this conversation over some coffee. It's that easy. You don't have to have no pickup lines like, yo, well, I don't even know any, like this crazy pickup lines. It's just that simple. It's really that simple. Hey, I'm gonna let you get back to shopping at this grocery store. I'm gonna let you get back to shopping and doing what you gotta do. I'm do my thing myself, but um, I would love to continue this conversation over some coffee. Okay. She said, yeah, all right. Hey, put your number in there. All right, oh, cool. I'm gonna shoot you a text later. That lasts for about 60 seconds. It's that easy. If she says, oh no, it's okay. All right. I'm not gonna say bye. I'm not gonna say, all right, great talking. I'm just gonna keep moving. Pickup lines is overrated. Don't do all that stuff, man. Treat these chicks like a normal human beings. I told you they more afraid than you. And by all means, don't talk to no overweight, sloppy chicks in public. You might as well stay on the dating apps for that. Because some guys like, oh, I'm gonna start like a low tier, like I'm gonna talk to like a woman who's like a 4 out of 10. Dude, just stay on the dating apps if you're gonna do that. You getting off, so you don't have to talk to these overweight women. Now, if she got like a little bit of shape, okay, that's easy. Oh, just a little bit, that's cool. But some dudes, they go from the dating apps to dealing with overweight women. They see overweight women in public. They're like, oh well, I'm gonna talk to her. Dude, get out of that get out of that mold. The reason why approaching and interacting with women is a plus, you know why? Because most men do not do it. You understand me? Most men don't. And that's one thing women love, a guy with confidence. Now, again, don't spam a chick and spam approach and all this other stuff like that. Just go throughout your day. Go on about your business, and you see a girl, okay, I'm going to pull up on you. If I see you walking, I'm going to stop you real quick. This is that simple. It's not nothing like, it's not even nothing crazy. Because here's the thing, this is next level, and I talk about this on my Patreon as well. If you're a high quality man with a busy life, you got a lot of different things going on. You spam and mass approaching is not even good for you. It's not good for you. I'm gonna go approach her. What else you doing with your life? Because me, I'm at the point in my life where I got everything, all my ducks in a row, and everything's good. I'm living a high value quality life. Guess what? I'm only dealing with one chick right now. Because I can't have all these, I mean, I could, but me having all these women in here, over there. Bro, I got stuff to do in the morning. I got stuff to do after this. And that's what happens too. You get too many guys focus on quantity as opposed to quality. So if you got one or two quality females, bro, that's a lot. I forgot what pimp said that. I forgot what pimp said that. Like too many, like one or two women at most is more than enough. If you got stuff to do, what you doing? But you got 5, 6 women in your rotation. That just tells me you don't have much to do. That just tells me you're not really in your purpose, because those women, they gonna want a lot out of you. They gonna start wanting text messages and different your attention. They're gonna be jerking you this way, and that's so many different personalities. There's 4 or 5 personalities. One is bipolar. One on medication. One got anxiety. One got anxiety. One got is suffering from something else. You like, oh, they just jumbling your mind up. And on top of that, you got 4 or 5 women in your rotation. You can't even take time to groom those 4 or 5 women. You try to put one through boot camp, she ain't acting right. Then you go try to put another one through boot camp, she jumbling your mind up. Another one ain't cooperating. Another one she want to, but she kind of iffy. It's like, yo, I need one chick for starters that's quality, that's on my team, that's 100% cooperate. Another one with daddy issues. When I got that one that I've molded, okay, cool. Maybe I get back out here and see if I can pull another one in and mold that one too. But to be out here with 4 or 5 different women in rotation, it's like, then on top of that, one of them flake off, another one ain't come through. It's like, man, that one consistent main chick, you know she's gonna come through every time, and you know she's gonna be on your program. See, a lot of guys, they ain't getting quality females, they getting a lot of quantity, 4, 5, 6 different women, and what's gonna happen is they're just gonna mess up your life, mess up your work week, texting silly stuff. One of them can't come over, one of them can't make it. Cause like, man, I can't even mold you right. What's she did his thing. She drop off the roster, then you got to go back out here in the field and replace her on the roster and get another one. Cause this thing, when you actually got a main quality chick, then you'll be able to get more. You're able to get more quality females, or at least you'll be able to be around more quality. Because if she's quality, you know she's gonna have other quality friends. If she's attractive, you know she's gonna have other attractive friends. It's just how it is. Or a friend. Right? Most of these females, they too many guys, and it's gonna take some time. Cause trust me, I ain't being no hypocrite. I've been out there and I've had my rotation of women, but I start to realize that, man, I got 4 or 5 women that I'm talking to and dealing with, but one female, she, on some silly stuff. Another one got daddy issues. Another one suffering from depression. Another one pop pills after we have sex. Another one smoking and getting high. I don't even like chicks that smoke. Another female vaping in my crib. It's like, yeah, I don't really mind, but it's like, man, I don't like chicks that smoke and vape. And it's like, I can't even really groom them because I'm just trying to keep a pipeline of sex coming through. Pipeline of chicks coming through I can smash. So it's like, well, all right, forget it. I just start compromising my beliefs and what I want in a women or a woman. Women, they have bad attitudes. They smoking, they drinking a lot. That's not what I would want in a main chick. But it's like, well, I just want to keep that pipeline of rotation of sex. So all right, y'all can smoke. You can smoke. It's no big. I tell you this, it's no big deal. Even though it's not what I really wanted, and then they drift off anyway. Then I just have to find another chick to replace, find another girl, find another girl, find another. It was a constant hamster wheel, as opposed to getting that woman you can groom and train and mold. Okay, cool. She's on that level now. I can pull another chick in and groom, train, and mold. But she has to be compliant and she has to be cooperative. She has to be wanting to be trained. Most of these women that was in my rotation in the past, and I'm quite sure you guys can attest to this, they weren't willing to be trained. They most like just silliness, right? And most of these women, they're just untrainable. So you got to keep, just get them out of your life, man. They don't provide you with no real mental stability because they just everywhere. They don't know what they're doing. And on top of that, here's the thing. If you're dealing with 4 or 5 women, how do you have the time to sit these chicks down when y'all eating dinner, when y'all doing this and that? How you got time to, because every pimp knows he sits down with his chicks and he chops up game. He sit them down and he imputes that knowledge. Whether they sitting down over dinner, or whether they're going for a walk in the mall, or whether she riding passenger and he just giving her that wisdom. He just giving her that red pill life that she actually needs. You can't do that when you got a rotation of 4 or 5 different women, because your only focus is to smash them and keep moving. But if you got that main chick or 2, you can actually sit her or those 2 chicks down and be like, okay, listen, this is how things got to be ran. This is how I expect you to conduct yourself. This is how this is how that. Why is this? You start giving them real stuff. Like, guys, trust me, it's night and day. My main chick, guess what? She listens to my podcast. She listens to all types of different things. because she never really was able to look at women and understand what men go through. So when I give her that sort of red pill dosing every single week, what happens is she's like, oh man, she's more calm. She's more appreciative of men. Well, I should say myself. Right? And that's and guess what? Pimps have been red pilling they females all from since it's been pimping going on. That's gonna be on the Patreon. We ain't gonna get too much into that. You know, we can't. The game is to be sold, not told. So, guys, make sure you like the stream. You guys gotta realize, you know, if you're a high value man, you know, just look at Derek Jackson. He quote unquote high value, make 6 feet tall, 6 figures, 6-pack abs. Guess what? He over here smashing this chick, over here smashing this chick, over here smashing this chick. Guess what? Got caught up. As opposed to him being at the crib grooming his female like he was supposed to. And then if he had his whole house and everything in order, he could have slid a female through him, invited her into the marriage or into the situation under his house, not having to slide through and do videos in the car after he smashed chick. That's reckless behavior. That's not pimping, that's simping. So a lot of guys really got the game messed up. And to the truth be told, a lot of women would not mind there being another female involved. They wouldn't mind that. This next level stuff, though, most guys ain't gonna get in it. Most guys ain't gonna get the y'all. Most guys just monogamous. That's the type of life they want to live, and that's no big deal. That's the MGD beats. A lot of guys don't realize, man, your female, she would be cool with having another female around. But you got to be that type of guy. Guys, these females has kissed other women. They've already had threesomes before you. So what's the big deal? You got your life together. What's the point? Listen, as long as you groom that one, then you can slowly ease another one into the fold. If you have a question at the super chat, I ain't answering that. What's your take on marriage? So you can just easily boom. But most dudes ain't about that sort of life. Yeah, just pimping backwards. What you do? He got a wife at home. He's supposed to be grooming and doing whatever. Then he over here, he over here, he over here, he way over. Dude, what you doing? You in a public eye. It's really, guys, I'm telling you, it's really nothing to have a girlfriend or a wife for that matter, whatever the case may be, and then just have another girl in the picture. It's really not. Now you gotta just tell your girl, hey, I think we should spice the situation or relationship up. But we still together. But let's have another girl. She might be like, but do you care about what I mean? Yeah, I do. That's just me and you together, but we, still have another female entertained and whatnot. She'd be like, I don't know. What you mean you don't know? Let's make this happen. Okay, all right, we'll try it out once. But do you still care about me? Yeah, I do. You still a main chick, but we gotta spice something up. Guess what? She'll be boom, boom, have the other female in the situation. And guess what? Your main chick will be enjoying that female. Excuse me. Your main chick will be enjoying that female too. That new chick will be eating your main chick butt out. You be smashing a new chick from the back, and the other chick will be eating your main chick butt out. Boo and all. Man, I started going down the rabbit hole. Man, chick equals blue pill simp. No, it doesn't. A lot of guys don't understand the game, man. A lot of guys, here's the thing, man. Let me tell y'all this. Because they don't understand how to manage a female, and I'll just use this guy for an example, Mr. Marquise. Because they don't know how to manage a female before we end this, they think that having any sort of situation that's consistent and long-term with a woman is simping. Because, excuse me, They don't know how to instruct. They don't know how to lead. They don't know how to guide a female. So what they think is they say, "Oh man, you gotta you ain't just pumping and dumping." No, it's not actually great. I mean, pumping it up is all right, but it doesn't really get you anywhere. Because after so long, you're gonna have to re-get more women into the fold. Even if you're good at getting women, pumping smashing a chick today, another chick tomorrow, another chick out there, you still going. And when those 3 chicks are done, you got to get back out there again, and you got to bring more chicks in, 3 more females. Then that's 6. Those chicks go 3 more. That guys, after so long, that's a lot of work. That's why pumping it up and it's cool. But if you don't have that consistent female there, or 1 or 2, what's gonna happen is you're gonna burn yourself out. You guys gotta know how to really manage chicks. And his thing, when guys, to the guy that was like Mr. Marquis said, main chick equals blue pill simp. What you're really saying is you don't understand your value and how to get things out of that woman. Because if you were smart, you would have that female giving you resources, bringing you things, simping for you. Because that's how it actually should be. You shouldn't be serving a female ever. She should be serving you. She should be giving to you. So you condone open relationships. If that's no, I don't. Me personally, I don't. I mean, I don't necessarily condone, because if I'm imputing wisdom and investing my energy into this chick, having another dude coming through disrupting that, it's what am I doing there? Now I can't control if I'm smashing a chick, hanging out, having a good time, leading her and guiding her, and then she leave and smash another dude. That's on her. But you can usually tell if a chick's, your main chick with another dude. She start taking on different characteristics. But an open relationship to me is pointless, because if I'm spending my energy, my wisdom, my time giving you wisdom, and then what are you over here with Joe Blow? That's pointless. Because if that's the case, I could just smash you, and then you can still go be with Joe Blow, but I'm not gonna be giving you what you actually need. I don't care about respect. You ain't even break no bread. Stop coming here and commenting. You ain't donating. I don't care about your comments. Exactly. Don't even worry about it. Too many guys are afraid of a woman leaving. They're too afraid that a woman's gonna dip off. Like, man, she gonna leave me, bro. Just enjoy the time. Have a good time, and stop thinking about. Because if you keep thinking about she gonna leave me, guess what? She gonna leave you. All right. Other than that, I gave you a lot of wisdom. We out of here. Dropping a video tomorrow. Get a like, shoot a thumbs up. Get on that Patreon. Make sure I get on the next level games here. We out of here.